You're paying the same price to show your ads to someone who's never heard of you and someone who already has your product sitting in their cart. And it's costing you 30 to 40% of your ad budget every single month on people who either already decided or will never convert. We audit 7-figure Amazon accounts every week. Same patterns show up every time. Brands drowning in data but making decisions blind. I'm going to show you in this video 5 specific AMC plays we run that immediately cut waste and boost profitability. Not theory, actual tactics we deployed last month. So the last one will completely change how you read your keyword reports, because that failing keyword you're about to pause is probably funding 40% of your brand searches. So let's get straight into it. So tactic 1, the warm lead bid boost. Right now, you're bidding the same amount whether someone just discovered you or they've been to your listing 3 times this week. Amazon treats them identically. Same keyword, same cost per click, same priority. AMC fixes this by letting you bid on behavior, not just keywords. So here's how it works. You build an audience in AMC of warm traffic. So these are people who hit your product page or added your product to the cart in the last 14 days but didn't buy. Could be 5,000 people, it could be 50,000 people. Depends on your traffic. Then you apply that audience as a bid boost in sponsored products. You're not creating a separate campaign. You're not targeting them differently. You're just telling Amazon, when someone on this list searches my keyword, automatically increase my bids by 50 or 100%. So now when a stranger searches coffee grinder, you bid $1.50. When someone who abandoned your cart yesterday searches coffee grinder, you bid $3. It's the same ad, same keyword, but different intent and a different bid. We set this up for a kitchen brand last month. Their warm audience was converting at 18% compared to 4% for cold traffic, but they were paying the same CPC for both. We added a 75% bid boost for warm leads. Cost per acquisition dropped 40% in 2 weeks. Not because the ads got better, because we stopped treating a repeat visitor like a first-time browser. It was the same keyword, same ad, different audience. You bid on behavior. So tactic 2, high value customer lookalikes. Standard lookalike audiences on Amazon clone purchases. Sounds good until you realize that includes the guy who bought one item from you 2 years ago for $12 and never came back, and the person who spent $400 last quarter. Amazon sees them both as customers. Your margins, on the other hand, see them very different. AMC lets you get specific about who you want more of. You run a query for customers who spent over $100 in the last 6 months or bought 3 times, or the highest lifetime value. That becomes your seed list. Now, when you build a lookalike, Amazon finds people who shop like your whales, not like your one-time bargain hunters. Because here is what most brands miss. Amazon's algorithm is really good at finding similar people, but if you feed it mediocre customers, it finds you more mediocre customers. The lookalike isn't the problem, your seed list is the problem. We tested this with a supplement brand. First lookalike, standard, all purchases audience. Average order value $45. Second lookalike, customers who spent 100 plus in the last 6 months. Average order value $78. Same targeting cost, same cost per click, better customers. They didn't just buy more, they came back more often and left better reviews. This isn't about finding more customers, it's about finding richer customers. And you can't do that if you're cloning everyone who ever bought anything. So tactic 3, the cross-sell bridge. You're running ads for coffee filters to everyone, including people who don't own a coffee machine yet. You're showing vacuum bags to people who haven't bought vacuum. That's backwards. AMC runs an overlap query that shows you exactly who bought product A but never bought product B. That is your gap audience. Here's the play. Let's say you sell printers and ink. You run a query, show me everyone who bought a printer in the last 90 days but never purchased ink cartridges. That's not a cold audience. That's not even a warm audience. That's a hot audience with a specific known need. They already trust you. They already own the thing. Their ink is probably running low right now. Now you build a DSP campaign targeting only that audience, not a generic ad. A specific message, need refills, or running low, here's your next cartridge. You're not selling, you're servicing a need they definitely have. So a coffee brand we worked with, they sell machines and filters. Run an overlap query, found 12,000 people who bought a machine but never bought the filters. So we launched a DSP campaign with one simple message. Reminder, you need filters. 11x ROAS on that campaign. Not because your ad was clever, not because the targeting was surgical. This is the difference between showing a product to strangers and reminding existing customers that they need something. Sell the second thing to the person who bought the first thing. That's it. Now, tactic 4, optimizing frequency capping. DSP campaigns spam the same people over and over again. Someone sees your ad 15 times in 3 days. They didn't buy after impression 3. They didn't buy after impression 8. But you're still paying to show them impression 16, 17, 18. If someone sees your ad 20 times and doesn't buy, the 21st time won't suddenly fix it. AMC shows you exactly where your conversion rate dies. So let's say you run a frequency analysis. It shows conversion rates versus the number of impressions. You'll see a curve. Usually conversions peak around 6 to 8 impressions. After that, it drops to basically 0. What's happening is simple. People who are going to buy already bought. People who weren't interested are now just getting annoyed, and you're paying to annoy them. So you set a frequency cap. Let's say max 8 views per person per week. Once they hit that limit, you stop showing them ads. You're not blocking them forever, just saying, we've made our case, let's give you some space. And here's the key, that budget doesn't just disappear, it gets redirected to new people who haven't seen you yet, people who might actually convert. So we were working with a home goods brand, no frequency cap, pulled the data, 40% of their DSP budgets were going to people who already seen their ad 15 plus times. 0 conversions from that group. Added an 8 impression weekly cap, saved 30% of the budget immediately. Same total conversions, less waste, because more impressions doesn't fix broken interest, it costs more money. Now, tactic 5, multi-touch assist harvesting. You're pausing keywords based on ROAS without seeing the full picture. Broad match, running shoes, 0.8 ROAS, looks terrible, let's pause. Exact match, running shoes, 6.2 ROAS, looks amazing, let's get more budget. You're missing the assist. AMC shows you the path to purchase, not just the last click. So here is what's actually happening. So if someone searches running shoes generic, top of the funnel, they click your ad, browse your listing, and don't buy. 3 days later, they search your brand running shoes and convert. Seller Central, the ad console, credits that brand search, showing a 6.2 ROAS. The generic keyword shows a 0.8 ROAS because it didn't convert. But if you kill the generic keyword, the brand search never happened. That person never learned about you. They never came back. They never convert. And AMC shows you this. It tracks the full journey. You can see which low performers are actually doing the heavy lifting at the top of the funnel. They're not converters, they're introducers. So footwear client almost paused a broad match campaign because ROAS was 1.2. We checked the path in AMC. The campaign assist 40% of all brand searches over 30 days. It wasn't failing, it was funding the entire bottom of the funnel. We moved it to a separate top of funnel budget. Stop judging it on ROAS. Stop comparing it to brand terms. And their total conversions went up 25% the next month because we stopped killing the thing that was driving awareness. Attribution isn't broken. Your view of it is just incomplete. You're looking at the last click data and making decisions like it's the full story. It's not. AMC doesn't show you different results. It shows you what happens before the result, the assist, the intro, the journey. And if you're optimizing campaigns based on Seller Central Ad Console data alone, you're cutting budgets from ads that introduce you while dumping money into the ads that harvest the demand you already created. Top of the funnel doesn't look profitable until you see what it's feeding. If this video made you think, wait, I might be pausing the wrong stuff, good, because the next video will show you exactly how to spot the keywords that actually turn clicks into buyers. No guesses, no opinions, Amazon's own data. I'll walk you through the one report that tells you which terms you win on and which ones are quietly wasting your money. Watch that next. You should see the video somewhere up here. It will change how you build campaigns from here on out.